us forward.
Good evening. Here's the news at 9. First, the highlights. Lagos State Security Trust Fund receives 1 billion naira donation from philanthropist Femi Otedola. President Tinubu appoints board members for National Hajj Commission. On the foreign scene, Ecuador's president declares war on armed gangs after attack on television station. And in sports, National Broadcasting Commission raises concerns over potential violations of 2023 AFCON broadcast rights. Now the details. I am John Omoaka. The Lagos State Security Trust Fund, LSSTF, has received a boost with a donation of 1 billion naira by entrepreneur and philanthropist Femi Otedola to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Speaking at the official presentation of a check at Lagos House Marina, Governor Sanwo-Olu said the donation will go a long way in creating more peaceful atmosphere and conducive business environment for investors and residents at large. The governor thanked Otedola, who was represented by his daughter, Tolani, for the donation, which he noted would boost the morale of security personnel and provide more security equipment and vehicles. Governor Sanwo-Olu also urged other well-meaning Lagosians as well as corporate organizations to emulate the donor.
This fund has been set up to continue to support, to encourage, and to assist. And so you can see from the background that what your dad is doing and all of you are supporting you to do is the right and proper thing. Not only are we creating an atmosphere that all of us can live peacefully and happy, we're actually also creating an economic benefit for individuals that happen to our community, to our.
Speaking on behalf of our father, Tolani Otedola, who assured the Lagos State government of more support, called for transparency and accountability for every penny donated to make impact on residents.
Lagos State is one of the few states in Nigeria where people move around freely without having to worry about security. He therefore encourages all residents of Lagos, especially the corporate Lagos and high net worth individuals, to take a moment to reflect on the significance of donating to the fund and then make the decision to contribute regardless of size, as every donation has the power to create ripples of change.
She acknowledged and saluted the contributions of the security personnel, especially during the festive periods, for adequate protection of lives and property, while encouraging residents to cooperate with government for a more secure Lagos. The Lagos State government has approved special allowance for officers and men of the State Fire and Rescue Service in order to encourage them to perform optimally. Commissioner for Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relation, Olubenga Oyerinde, stated this at the staff engagement for officers of the service. Oyerinde said Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is determined to make the State Fire Service a force, the best in responding to fire disaster and emergency service. According to him, the state now has modern firefighting equipment which has improved response time and helped the service tackle all forms of disaster and fire. Also speaking, Director, Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, Margaret Adesheye, said the newly approved welfare package reflects the exceptions that comes with the responsibilities entrusted to officers of the service. Adesheye implored the officers to continue to show strong commitment and dedication in order to repay the confidence reposed in them by the government. Highlights of the event were the decoration of newly promoted officers and recognition of newly retired officers of the service. Chairman of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, Buba Marwa says the agency's upgraded forensic laboratory will strengthen its standards of operation and enhance its effectiveness in combating substance abuse and illicit drug trafficking across Nigeria. While inaugurating the newly renovated forensic laboratory in Lagos State, Marwa highlighted the significant improvement made in the forensic laboratory and acknowledged the pivotal role modern forensic laboratories play in successful drug investigations. Marwa, who was represented by the NDLEA, Director of Media and Advocacy, Femi Babafemi, expressed gratitude to the United States government and United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, UNODC, for assistance and implementation of the project. Earlier, the UNODC Deputy Country Representative, Danilo Capisi, lauded the relationship between the U.S. government and NDLEA, expressing optimism for the next phase of the projects. The University of Lagos, UNILAG, says a total of 340 students will be graduated with first class at its 54th convocation. Vice Chancellor of the institution, Folashade Ogushola, said this at a news conference to announce activities lined up for the ceremony. According to her, the 340 students are among the overall 17,464 students that will graduate during the period. She noted that David Akanu from the Faculty of Engineering had emerged the overall best graduating students with a perfect score of 5 CGPA. Now to the rest of the stories. President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of 11 persons as members of the new board and management team for the National Hajj Commission, pending confirmation by the Senate. Special advisor to the President of Media and Publicity, Ajuri Nginale, in a statement said President Tinubu made the new appointment based on his resolve to ensure each free and seamless 2024 Hajj operations. Nginale said the President mandated the appointees to dedicate themselves to the task of ensuring that operations of the National Hajj Commission are more efficient, transparent, and responsive to the needs of Nigerians. Motorists, road users, and residents have applauded the Lagos State government for the construction and inauguration of flyover bridges undertaken by the state government along the Red Line Rail corridor to eliminate the interaction between vehicular traffic and train services. These projects are the 7.7 meters Oyibo Overpass Bridge, T-Bridge designed Yaba Overpass, the 620 meters Ikeja Overpass Bridge, Ikeja Overpass, which is the largest overpass component of the Red Line, already completed Pensinema Flyover and Mushi Overpass, which is expected to be inaugurated soon. Yaba Overpass was inaugurated on the 2nd of November, followed by the Oyinbo Overpass on 6th of November. They serve as major transit link between Lagos Island and mainland, aside from Muritalo Mohammed Way in Ebute Metta and dropping traffic into arterial roads, that is Ido and Costain. The projects undertaken by the Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, Labata, are part of the T-shaped overpass bridges planned along 10-level crossing along the rail alignment to eliminate pedestrian and vehicular interface on the tracks. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, during the inauguration of the project, emphasized that investment will not only enhance the uninterrupted flow of vehicular traffic at level crossings along the Red Line corridor, but the infrastructure will also improve commerce and quality of the residents.
These are bridges that are along the Red Line. With this overpass, we are providing what we call permanent solutions when the train starts, because you need to build the infrastructure before the rail continues. We will understand that the overpass is to avoid completely vehicular interaction or pedestrian engagement when the train starts. The Red Line is a grid, meaning it's not a bridge rail infrastructure. So when you have it agreed, have interactions with vehicular movement and pedestrian movement. So you need to be able to build those infrastructure so that you can avoid any form of accident when the train starts.
Some residents spoke with our reporters, Aderayo Iduwolaiya and Adewale Oluwoporoku, at the different locations of the overpass bridges, lauded the initiative and commended the state government for playing a pivotal role in ensuring safety of all road users and working out measures to reduce traffic on Lagos roads.
The construction of the Yaba to Omoaka flyover bridge has been helpful in reducing the traffic along the axis, and we want to appreciate Governor Sanwo-Olu Babajide for this wonderful thing that he has done, and we appeal for more of this.
The Yaba flyover bridge helps to reduce traffic. The government should do more in providing infrastructure.
To be honest with you, the bridge has really served the community, the environment very well. Everybody that uses this road knows that since they opened the bridge, traffic, everything has become very easy. No much stress. You know, before a lot of people used to follow Guinness, follow Agege before they can get to Yanabaja or whatever. But now you just climb the bridge within, no matter the traffic, it's still better than the round and round turning before you get to where you are going.
I said the new bridge need traffic lights. Cause a lot of traffic. The motor that is coming from Oshodi and other sides, toward that side.
We enjoy the movements. You understand, everything is going on smoothly. But the only thing we see is the people coming from Oshodi. Maybe they can just go another way for the big vehicle, the truck, the long truck, so that they can pass down instead of climbing the bridge.
All the rail level crossings over which bridges are expected to be built in the second phase of the Red Line Corridor with the support of the federal government include Jonathan Coker, Fagba, PWD, Ikeja GRA, Ilupeju Bypass, Fadi. Now to foreign news. Ecuador's president, Daniel Noboa, has ordered that criminal gangs be neutralized after days of violence which culminated in an attack on a television studio. It will be recalled that masked gunmen broke into a public television channel, TC's live studio, during a broadcast, forcing staff to the floor. Police has made 13 arrests following the attack, which injured 2 employees and 10 persons killed. President Noboa said an internal armed conflict now exists in his country, and he is mobilizing the armed forces to carry out military operations to neutralize what he called transnational organized crime, terrorist organizations, and belligerent non-state actors. Meanwhile, a 60-day state of emergency has begun in Ecuador. The emergency was declared after a notorious gangster vanished from his prison cell. It is unclear whether the incident at the TV studio in Guayaquil was related to the disappearance from a prison in the same city of the boss of the Choneros gang, Adolfo Marcios Vilama, or Fito as he is better known. Now sports. The National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, has sounded the alarm over what it deems as potential violations of the NBC Code in the acquisition and broadcast of the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. In an official communication to the concerned agencies, Director General of NBC, Charles Ebuebu, raised concerns about several issues that, if left unaddressed, could have adverse consequences not just for the involved entities but also for the broader interests of Nigerian broadcasters and viewers. Ebuebu emphasized the urgency of the matter and its potential impact on the broadcast of AFCON 2023, urging all parties involved to strictly adhere to the provisions of the NBC Code. He added a failure to comply may result in legal consequences and potential penalties. And that's our news, but just before we go, spill thrills but kills. Avoid excessive speeding. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. X, formerly Twitter, Lagos Traffic 961. Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Watch us live on Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. On YouTube, subscribe and watch all our previous programs and news on our channel, Traffic Radio 961. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration began community tourism initiative? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Securities Trust Fund (LSSTF) has received a boost with a donation of 1 billion naira by entrepreneur and philanthropist Femi Otedola to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of 11 persons as members of the new board and management team for the National Hajj Commission, pending confirmation by the Senate. We also tell you that Ecuador's President Daniel Noboa has ordered that criminal gangs be neutralized after days of violence, which culminated in an attack on a television studio. And in sport, the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, has sounded the alarm over what it deems as potential violations of the NBC Code in the acquisition and broadcast of the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to Lagos Traffic Radio at lagosstate.gov.ng. That ends a news broadcast compiled by Desua Ejoyoka. I am John Omoaka. Thank you very much for listening.